Welcome to Ask Sue London. I'm your host, Sue London, and I am so excited that you have joined myself today and my amazing, wonderful guest, Lisa Glover. Today, Lisa and I are going to talk about Reiki and how it works and how it's had a positive impact on each of us. A lot of people ask me, what do you learn when you take training with you, Sue? So I thought, what better way to answer your question than bring on a student who has taken my course. So my dear, amazing, wonderful, shining little star, Lisa, you have just completed your level 1 not too long ago, right? Welcome to the show. We were
Thank you
talking
so much,
before.
Sue, for having me.
You're very welcome. And I want to say, I mean it when I say I'm very, very proud of you. You are such an amazing healer. And today we're talking about level 1 healing. Now, before I get you to share, what I want to explain to everybody, Reiki is hands-on healing. And when you get to a certain level, then you can send it at a distance. So Lisa has just recently done her level 1 healing, which means that she can do hands-on healing. Now, she's registered shortly to do her level 2, but she's done her level 1. And what happens for a lot of people that take the training is that hidden abilities and gifts, they start to shine. And we certainly had that happen with you, didn't we, Lisa?
Yes, we did.
Do you want to tell everyone who's watching this kind of a bit about your experience?
Sure. So when I first learned about the Reiki from one of my best friends, she had came for a visit and she was telling me all about Sue, raving about Sue, about the Reiki. So I thought, you know what, that I'm going to look into this. So I did, started the level 1, and it's just, I can't explain to you the amount of calm that I feel. It is a lot of content, but it is very beneficial, fantastic content. I have actually worked on my husband. He has some ailments, his arms and whatnot, and I try, like I've done some healing on him, and it has worked, or well, he says it does, but I can tell by his face that he feels more relaxed and, more himself. I also have a pet who's sitting on my lap right now. You can't see him. His name is Vinny. He has some issues as well. And he sits on my lap all the time when I'm working from home. And I get into my center. And if I notice that he's having trouble breathing or I can hear him, I will just get to my centered space and I'll put my hands on him and he'll just calm right down and he'll go to sleep. So I feel that that's working. I mean, obviously, it's a calming effect. I would recommend anyone to invest in doing this. It's a positive tool for anyone to have.
Right. And now sharing that, thank you for sharing that. I want to say a couple things back about that is that what I find really amazing when I am teaching, how I teach my Reiki training for everybody is that I teach in level 1, you get a combination of learning how to do Reiki on people, how to do it on pets, and our planet. And so what I find is really interesting, like some teachers will teach, okay, this course level 1 is for pets. This course is for people. It splits it up, but I like to combine it because, I want everyone to get the package where you learn how to do hands-on in every possible way. Because right now, healers are needed. People are, stepping into their power, shining their light. But I'm consistently seeing that when the pets are there, when the training's happening, the animals are just drawn to the healing hands. And you've just said it exactly right. And cats are so sensitive. I find cats that were not having that connection with their owners before their training, the cats are all over them because they can sense that energy shift within their body and their energy field, right? So thank you for sharing
I
that.
agree.
And,
You're welcome.
you found that for you, you had calmness come from level 1, right? You said about that?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
For people who don't know my story, how I got into Reiki was that I was at a point in my life that had been diagnosed with Crohn's disease. I was in a major flare up. My weight had gone down to about 100 pounds at that point, and it actually went down more. But at the time when I learned about Reiki, my weight was at 100 pounds. I'm not a small girl, so I'd lost a lot of weight in a very short time, and it was my practice husband's aunt by marriage came to me one day and saw how small I was and knew that I was not well and said, I can help you. And so I had a 3-hour drive to get to her because back in the 80s, 89, 90, nobody knew about Reiki. Nobody knew about it, or very, very few, depending on like where you lived. And so she would do this healing on me, and I would go to her and I couldn't eat. I couldn't keep anything in me. It would either come up or come down through. And then I'd have this treatment and I would leave and I'd be able to eat a turkey dinner. And for me to be able to eat anything at that point and keep it in was just such a gift from God for me. So that's where, I just thought like, this is phenomenal. I need to learn more, that when I get healthier, I wanted to learn it for myself as well as for my children, my pets, my family and friends. And I think, Lisa, you know this story. When I had done my my level 1 training myself, I was like so excited and I wanted to help other people like I had been helped. And what happened, that old saying, watch what you think, watch what you say. And no longer did I finish saying that. And I heard, get in the car, go buy milk. And I thought, okay, and I don't need milk. And I heard again, get in the car and go buy milk. So what ended up happening was God and his angels were putting me to work right away. And I wasn't going to go buy milk because they told me go turn left and turn right. And as I'm driving down the road, I saw an ambulance. And I thought, oh, please, no, 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 no. Then I heard, move over, park your car, go over there to the ambulance. And I thought, oh my gosh, I was very, very nervous and I didn't know what to expect. And I started saying, to God and his angels that, okay, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, but I'm going to follow your lead, but keep me safe and keep me strong, and whatever I have to do, let me do it right. With level 1, building your confidence, that's the big thing, right, Lisa? And so
Oh,
anyways, what
yes.
happened, there was
Practice
a
makes
teenage
perfect.
girl. Right, exactly. And so there was a girl that she had Down syndrome. She was about 17 years old. She had been hit by a car and the driver took off. And so here were these male attendants. They were trying to get her on the board, with the brace. They put that brace around your neck in case you don't know if you have whiplash and that broken neck.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just heard, bend down, put my hands on her ankles and just look at her. And that's all I did. And right away, you talk about that peace and calmness. That's exactly what she did. And then she told me she saw like a ring over my head, and she said I got bright. And then she calmed right down. So that was on day 2 after my level 1 Reiki training. And for me, it hasn't stopped. And the work I do with animals. But if you were to say to somebody, what would you say would be the biggest benefit? What would you say that would be? Would it be for the calming for you, for personal?
Yes. I'm just
Yep.
thinking the calming and just the ability to be able to help someone
Yes. Yes.
that can be in pain or distress. That is a
Mm-hmm.
big piece for me as well. I like to
Mm-hmm.
help people. I
Mm-hmm.
used to be in the
That's right.
nursing field. So, the calming piece, and of course, being able to help others is a big one
Yes.
for me too.
And that's why what I have found that a lot of people will say they feel helpless in many situations.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Mm-hmm.
have found for myself, I know that I can send a healing to anybody, anywhere. I can remember 9/11. We all remember September 11th. right?
Mm-hmm.
2001.
Never
And
forget that day.
no, I won't either. And I had my level 2 at that point, and I was sending healing to all the people in the tower. And I was working on the service dogs and all the animals and the workers and all that. And it was just so great to be able to help in a way that I was being able to help those souls cross in peace, or
Mm-hmm.
help those workers have that strength to get through another hour to, for their searches and that. And then do you remember we had the tsunami there on that? I don't
Yes.
remember the year.
That
I
was
don't
right
even
around
know.
Christmas time.
It was Boxing Day, but I don't remember the year. Do you? It was maybe, I'm going back 20 years, maybe around that. 21
It
years,
was a
maybe.
long time ago.
Right, yeah. And
I don't
and I
remember the year, but
remember
yes, that
that
was.
we were on a holiday. We were up at the cottage, and when we saw it on TV, again, you talk about just feeling this empowerment to be able to help. And that was
Mm-hmm.
just so great for me able to do that. And I'm just so grateful every day when I wake up. When I send healing, the stories I hear from people and my own healing, like Crohn's disease is 100% gone in me, and I get healthier every day. Because one
That's
thing
good.
that Lisa, but you watching this and don't know much about Reiki, what happens that when the person, the practitioner, or the healer, like Lisa's case, my case, what happens when we do healing is that the energy comes from the universe, God, source, whatever your belief system is, that energy comes from above, and it comes through your crown chakra. So every time you work on somebody, you are actually experiencing a healing yourself when you do healing on people or pets, and or the planet. And I've never been more healthier. In fact, I think I told you this story, didn't I, Lisa, about going to my dentist? Did I tell you about that story?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, you
So
did.
so what happened to me is my dentist has her Reiki, and we're always talking, and she's a friend as well. And so one day I had gone, and this was 6 months earlier, and she said, "Sue, I'm preparing you. You have to have a filling." And I thought, I don't like having fillings. And so she said, "That's why I'm telling you 6 months earlier to prepare you for this." And the 6 months went by, and then I was all, driving there, psyched out, all ready to go and have this filling. And then she said to me, "You've been doing a lot of healing." And I said, "Yes." And she said, "The hole in your tooth, that cavity is gone. It has healed itself." So
Mm-hmm.
I have experienced myself healings with healing Crohn's disease. I've seen that experience.
Mm-hmm.
I was 26. They wanted to remove my large bowel, and I was going to have a bag permanently attached. That's when I discovered Reiki. I did not have to go through that. I have not had to have cavities filled, or even had cavities in a very long time. My hairdresser tells me my hair's healthier, like things you don't think about, right? And
Right.
so, and like you're talking about with Vinny, I'm really grateful that I can do healing on my own pets. And after I did my level 2 training, my dog Rocky, he got a tumor in the pad of his paw, and the vet had said at age 15 he wanted to amputate his whole leg because he said he had cancer.
Right.
And I thought, no way, that is not going to happen on my watch. And because he was an older dog, that wasn't a quality of life, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I just sat there and I held onto his paw and gave him the healing, and the tumor went completely away. And so, these are the things I've personally been able to do. And, now Lisa, have you found other abilities have been shining for you? Like when, I remember when we did your attunements, to open you up so people understand what attunements
Yes.
are, is to open her crown chakra. Your hands started getting hot right away, didn't they?
Yes, they did. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's
And
very the hands would get warm, hot, tingling, so you could just tell like well something was happening, obviously.
right, yeah.
So
And I
you
know
know
that
it's working.
that's right, right.
Go
And
ahead. Sorry.
I think you were
Yes.
saying too, you were felt vibrating too. Didn't you?
Yes, yes,
Right?
the vibration of the palm of the hands. Yes.
Right? And
And like
so,
when I was working on, oh, sorry, go on.
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
When I was working on my husband, he could feel the same, like as I was touching him, he could feel like the warmth and the vibration. So,
Yeah, it was just incredible. And that's why I like to call Lisa my little shining star, because I don't think you really had any idea that any of this stuff was going to happen, did you? Did you?
no, no, no.
You know?
But when you open yourself up,
Mhm,
when you believe in something,
mhm.
that's all positive, right?
That's
The
right.
world is endless. So
Absolutely. And have you started doing, and I'm putting you on the spot, and tell me yes or no.
it's okay.
Have you
No,
started
it's
doing the
okay.
healing on your food? Have you started doing that yet?
The healing on my what?
On your food?
On my
Putting your plate
food.
on your food?
Um,
I was in the States.
no,
I've got the
no,
accent going.
no, that's okay. No, I have not. Not yet.
Okay, well, we're
Not
doing your
yet.
level 2. We're gonna be talking about that in a couple of weeks as a reminder.
Yes, yes,
Yeah. So,
yes.
we're Lisa and I are here tonight just to kind of give you an idea of what Reiki is. And these are some examples that each of us have experienced. I've been doing Reiki for 30 years, and I had no intentions to go on and teach until I had a cleaning lady that said to me, "You need to be my teacher or I won't take it." And this
Mm-hmm.
wonderful girl that inspired me to do that, she went on to start her own retreat center in Northern Ontario, Canada. And it was a center for mothers and daughters to come together. And after she had got that all going, she ended up being published in Doreen Virtue's book. So everyone has different journeys when they do their Reiki training with me. But I want to encourage you to know that if you're watching this, anything is possible when you are looking for answers. And I can tell you that for me to have this ability, and I have the stories come to me about pets that cancer goes, and I want to, before I go any further, say this is not me doing the healing, it comes through me. And it is up to the individual, whether it's a person or a pet, that's their choice of how much they get. So, I've had someone say to me, "Well, can you not overdo it? Give too much healing." No, you cannot. The pet will walk away. Have you noticed that with Vinny, that when he doesn't want anymore, he'll just get off your lap?
Yes. When we were doing it during the training,
Right.
remember he was on my lap and then he just got up and left. So he knew
Mhm.
his limit. So,
Right.
and that's fine.
Right. And I can tell you in my household, my husband and I are very connected. And what happens to me is that I feel in me when if Ross is not feeling good, or his knee might be hurting or
Mhm.
whatever, and I love it that I will send him healing, and then he'll text me and say, "I got it, thanks." And so now he's opening up more. And this is a guy, when I met him like 23 years ago, was very science minded, and now he's really he's a healer
That's
himself,
fantastic.
doing healings and
That's
that too,
great.
right? So I
Yes.
want to just say to
Yes.
everyone that expect the unexpected with the training, and having Reiki. If you've never experienced it, I want to encourage you to either go to someone and have hands-on healing in person if you want to experience that. I've actually created a whole membership program where people can have healings on themselves and their pets at different amounts of time, like different, like once a week, twice a week, and 5 times a week. And so you can check that out. But if you want to know more about my Reiki training for me teaching you, I do it online. I do it in person, depending on if an event, I'm doing an event around that, like a workshop. So you can get those details from my website at asksuelondon.com, and you'll see testimonials. And like Lisa has so kindly, in her very busy schedule, I know you're very busy, that she, to share her
No
experience.
problem. My pleasure. I would recommend, not only is Sue a fantastic teacher, she is a lovely, lovely human inside and out.
Oh, thank you. And I didn't pay you to say that, did I?
No, you didn't.
Yeah. Okay, I asked you this when we were talking before we got on. Did we have a visitor when we did your interview? Or, sorry, your training? Did we have a hand wave or thumb wave?
We did.
We did.
We had a
So,
hand.
okay, so tell everybody what happened, because when I say expect the unexpected, folks, Lisa, tell them what happened. Do you remember? We were
Well, we
doing
were
your training.
talking,
Yeah.
and you could see the hand wave.
Mm-hmm.
It was bizarre.
Mm-hmm.
You could see the hand wave, and then it was like a little bit of a shadow. So, and we were talking, it was on a smaller screen. It was on the phone through
Oh, you were doing
Zoom
your
right
right.
now. Yes. So that's something that was powerful.
That was
So
very interesting for you. And why I'm bringing that up, Lisa, is because, as I've told you before, when I tell people expect the unexpected, you literally can, because when I'm working
yes,
with clients, I don't even know what's going to happen because they give me messages.
right.
A lot of times I'm giving channeled messages, as you had a couple come to you, I
Mm-hmm.
remember,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I don't just include just Reiki, but I'm also giving coaching tools and tips. And I don't think
Mm-hmm.
I had to kick your butt really that much, did I? That when making change, or that, did I? I don't think so.
For the
For
training?
for to, for getting you to make changes. Sometimes with students, like I'm
No.
actually, yeah, you are really good. You're a good listener.
Thank
Now,
you.
I want, if people are
Thank you.
listening, I should edit that part out, because that might scare you, thinking, oh my gosh, what am I getting into with Sue London? But
No.
when
No,
I
no,
work
no.
with somebody, I want to give you the full package. You're not just going to get Reiki training. You get, like we talked about meditations, we talked about
Meditation tips. I bought
tool.
that book
Oh yes,
that we talked about. I
yeah,
bought
you can
that
heal your
book.
life, probably, right? Yeah, and then
Yes, you can heal your
right,
life. Like
and
you
you,
said, the meditation
hmm
links, just everything. It's
right,
You're
and
fantastic.
well, thank you. But I wanted to tell
You're
everyone, though,
welcome.
like, if you go to someone else and you're thinking, okay, well, that's what Sue said she does in her training. I don't teach like others do. I want you to lead the training, not just having healing hands, be able to do that and do Reiki. I want you to have the tools and tips to protect your energy and be grounded and so much more. I remember when I did my level 1 Reiki training, I had abilities, but I never had anyone, even as a child, to tell me why my hands would heat up or why I would get visions of the future. I didn't have anyone, and I'm 61 years old. So in our time when we were kids, if you remember back, Lisa, when we were younger, there wasn't talk like this when we were kids, right? So I
Right.
remember doing my level 1 training, and my teacher said she didn't have these abilities that I had, and she couldn't help me. And so what happened was, as I was on this discovery, I was learning, oh gosh, if you don't protect your energy, this is what you'll feel if you're sensitive to energy, empathic, or getting messages. And so I really like to
Right.
prepare my students in every possible situation,
Yes, you do.
right?
Yes, you
So
do.
that's really
Mm-hmm.
important to me. But yeah, so I cannot say to you again, Lisa, I am so proud of you. And you're
Thank you, Sue.
beginning of your journey, and I know that
Thank
you've
you.
got
And I
lot.
appreciate everything you've done. I appreciate all the help and encouragement. So, like I said, you're fantastic.
Well, I appreciate you, my friend, and I just know
I
more great
appreciate you
stuff
too.
is going to come. And
Thank
on
you.
that note, guys, Lisa, I want to thank you for being with me here today and for sharing your experience.
Thank you, Sue. Thank
So
you for
that
having me.
you're very welcome. And I want to say too that this is Lisa's experience, and you too can have this experience. If you are interested in doing the Reiki training, you can send me an email. And if you want more details, we can get on a 15-minute chat about it. And I can let you know when the upcoming trainings are happening. And you can do all that, get that information from my website, asksuelondon.com. So Lisa, again, thank you. I love you, my little shining star.
Thank you. I love you too, Sue.
So
And we will talk soon.
yes, and on behalf of my amazing, beautiful student slash friend slash guest, Lisa Glover, and myself, and we can't forget Vinny, is he's probably gone to sleep on your lap right now, right? Is he still
He's
awake
right
there?
here.
There we go. He's sucking in all that energy, right? Taking it all in.
Yes.
So on behalf of both Lisa and myself and Vinny, we all want to wish you much love and many blessings. And I'll see you again real soon.